Good morning, CRCOG. This is Becky Seeger. I work for the church and I am a Sunday school teacher with the church. This morning I want to talk to you about struggling with sin, and we are going to read out of Romans chapter 7, verses 14 through 17. So the trouble is not with the law, for it is spiritual and good. The trouble is with me, for I am all too human, a slave to sin. I don't really understand myself, for I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. But if I know that what I am doing is wrong, this shows that I agree that the law is good. So I am not the one doing wrong. It is sin living in me that does it. And I want to read to you the footnotes out of this Bible. It says, sin deceives people by misusing the law. The law is holy, expressing God's nature and will for people and showing them how to love God and treat each other. In the Garden of Eden, the serpent deceived Adam and Eve by taking their focus off of the freedom God had given them and putting it on the one restriction God had made, Genesis 3. Ever since then, we have all been rebels. Sin looks good to us precisely because God has said it is wrong. When we are tempted to rebel, we need to look at the law from a wider perspective, in the light of God's grace and mercy. If we focus on His great love for us, we will understand that He only restricts us from actions and attitudes that ultimately will harm us. I want to talk to you about me personally. I have had a sugar addiction my entire life. I went through weight loss surgery going on 8 years ago, and I purposely chose a surgery that would allow me to eat sugar. Probably 14 years ago, I met two women within the church that were on a 1-year sugar fast. And I thought, I could never do that. And I'm here this morning to tell you that I am more than 9 months in a sugar fast. It's all been with God's grace. Pastor Ronnie tells us from the pulpit that when we fast something, if we think, oh my goodness, I could never give that up, it's something we need to think about. That might be something that God's asking us to give up on. Last year in March, I remember the day, it was a Tuesday, it was a day of prayer here at the church, and I had heard of the 7th marriage that was struggling. And then I had someone show up who had tried to commit suicide. And I broke down and I said, okay, God, I hear you and I am going to fast. And I started the fast that day. I thought that I was fasting for them, but let me tell you guys, it was for me. It was for me, the changes that God has done in me in the last 9 months. And I'm not done yet. He's not done in me. Start where you're at. Give it to Him, whatever it is, and allow Him to do such an amazing work in your life. Sugar, for me, was an idol. That was a huge sin in my life. And I freely handed it up to God. This isn't to pat me on my back and to say, look what I did. This is to show you that if God can do it for me, He can do it for you. I'm praying for you. We're going to see God do the miraculous, and I am so excited. Thank you. Don't forget, tonight at 6 p.m. at the Citrus Springs campus, we will be doing an hour of prayer. Again, 6 p.m., Citrus Springs campus. See you there.